welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here and that you found me. I'm gonna shut this window. It's a beautiful day where I live and I just have been loving letting the fresh air in. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to see new subscribers, and thank you for all your engagement. Your comments bring me so much joy, and thank you to those that have reached out for private readings. I absolutely love doing that with you guys. It's so much fun and so affirming, and yeah, this community as it grows, it's just really, I'm in awe and I'm super grateful. So I'm being called to do a different sort of reading today, a different check-in. My guides were asking me to try something very different. So what I'm going to be doing today is actually a divine masculine check-in, but this is going to be for divine masculines. Meaning, usually when I do these check-ins, I kind of assume and know that I'm talking to mainly divine feminines. So I kind of talk to you about your divine masculine. However, I'm going to be addressing you, divine masculines. So many are waking up, many are getting on the journey, and many are realizing that they are a twin flame. And I find that there's not that much information out there for them, talking to them, addressing them. And yes, I am a divine feminine, but I have worked with divine masculines in my business, in my practice. So I feel pretty familiar with them and their story. I have a divine masculine. And I was being called to kind of channel some messages directly for you guys on this journey. And you can, some things to know is you can be a woman, you can be a man, and still be a divine masculine. It's whatever the dominant energy frequency is that you carry. A really good trick to kind of identify if you're unsure if you're the divine masculine or you're the divine feminine is in your life, not just in this connection, but in your life, when something comes up, something's offered to you, new opportunity, growth, change, and you have a fear response. Does your fear response move you away? Does it cause you to want to run and avoid or neglect? Or does it cause you to want to attach and cling and ram right into it, like run directly into it? If you tend to want to run and avoid, that is probably because you are the divine masculine. If out of your fear response you want to cling and you want to kind of control and try and make it work and really, that's more of a divine feminine response. And you can kind of look at that in different ways in your life and when you've had experiences that you've been in fear. It can get confusing because obviously we can both run. Each counterpart can run and cling. We exhibit both, and we kind of will flip back and forth. But it's what's your dominant response when you're in fear? Like when you're in fear, do you want to retreat from the conversation and the kind of maybe fight or discussion, or do you want to like go head first into it? And do you find yourself clinging and attaching and trying to kind of control? I know in psychology, there's a study that they did where men's brains, so if you identify as a man and you're in a man's body, that their brains actually can only handle, I want to say it was like the shortest amount. It was like 5 minutes of sustained arguments or fights. But after that, they kind of retreat and they shut down. So you can keep going. You can keep going and going in the conversation, but the male brain kind of shuts down. And that always stuck out to me. And I was like, I've experienced that. I've seen that. And I can fight for days. We don't have to eat. We don't have to sleep, and not even just fight, but just kind of be in this discussion, like whatever it's about. And women can do that. And men can't. So I kind of see that mirroring in the divine feminine, divine masculine polarities and dynamics. However, you can absolutely be a woman and be a divine masculine. So welcome. Maybe you'll find me, maybe you'll be here, but either way, this check-in is going to be for you. So I am going to use he, just because it's easier for me to channel that way. But you could be a she, okay? And I'm actually being called to use this new deck, and it's a deck about, it's like a sex magic deck, so I may not show you the cards because I don't want to get flagged. And I know some readers have worked with this deck before and I think they've gotten in trouble, so I just want to, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So let's check in with the Divine Masculines. Where are you right now? What's kind of coming up for you right now? Just a general, what's coming up? Yep, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. We have the Five of, can I show you this one? I can show you this one. We have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Typically, the Five of Pentacles speaks to feeling scarcity, feeling lack. The Pentacles can really speak to your financial life, the 3D. When we speak about the Pentacles, I'm really speaking about kind of the material world, the matrix, the third dimension. And I didn't need to do quotes there. The third dimension. And then when I speak about the higher realms, 5D, 5 dimension, it's kind of more of the spiritual realms. Let's just keep it really simple as we go. So overall theme is working through self-worth, working through scarcity, working through lack. Sometimes the Five of Pentacles can speak to a person who feels really left out into the cold and feels really locked out, like other people can achieve happiness, other people can attain this, but I can't. So the Divine Masculines, you're really working through right now your own self-worth around what is deserving, what you deserve, what you can actually acquire. Because I feel that you've had the bar set pretty low for a very long time. And you've accepted behaviors, you've accepted people in your life, you've accepted situations that were not in your highest good and that were not serving you, but you accepted them out of a feeling of lack. And it may not have been conscious. You may not have consciously felt like you were in lack mentality or scarcity, but these are things that we absorb from our communities, kind of like the society that we grow up in, the programming, the conditioning that is put on masculines, that is put on men. Take what you deserve, work really hard, you know, you have to be achieving, you have to have something to offer, especially in romantic relationships. You're the provider. You have to provide. And if you don't have anything to provide, then you have no worth. And Spirit is really asking you right now, Divine Masculines, to re-examine all of those beliefs and ideas. And if you can, start to create new beliefs and ideas around your worthiness and deservingness. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman, a Divine Masculine, a Divine Feminine. We are all inherently worthy because of who we are, because of our divinity, the God within. And this journey, this twin flame journey, is about awakening to our goddess, to our God within. And you cannot meet your counterpart. You cannot be ready for union. You cannot come in towards them until you are embodying that. And they need to be embodying that as well. And that's when you magnetize together. So this is a very, very important lesson for the counterparts. It's really being able to meet each other bare, meet each other in an embrace, in love, in romantic displays, without it being connected to the 3D, without it being connected to what's in your bank account, how you look on paper. This is an idea that was fed to you, and Spirit right now is asking you to re-examine this, let this go. Perhaps this is not your truth. Perhaps this is not your truth, okay? We are getting a Tower moment. This card is a little erotic, so I'm gonna just show you briefly. So we are getting a Tower moment, and Tower moments are when basically, you know, the hand of the divine comes in and says, we're going to get this train back on course. So this can show up in losses, financial losses, relationship losses, business, work, jobs, home, basically anything in your material world, your stability, your foundation is going to be kind of shaken up so that anything that's not actually for you and not in alignment falls away. So that is what the Tower is about. The Tower comes in to clear that, clear it completely out of your way so that you can rebuild from a place of authenticity and alignment. And that's really, really, really critical. Towers can be very uncomfortable, especially because you don't feel like you have a lot of control. So this Five of Pentacles is really going to be getting triggered because things are going to be leaving your life at this time. And I'm hearing for a lot of you, it's relationships and it's sort of business ventures and money. It's related to the security, but it was also, Spirit wants you to know, it was a false sense of security. These people that you had in your life, these jobs, these business ventures, these partnerships, business partnerships, whatever it is, they were false. They were not true and they were not in your highest good or your alignment. So Spirit is really, I'm gonna have to, I love these cards. I love working with them, but I'm just like, it's YouTube and I know there's like rules and I know people can get offended and report me, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Let me know if you are okay with these cards or not, and we'll go from there. But that's what this Tower moment is about, is it's coming in to really purify, to cleanse and to purify. So Spirit doesn't want you to be afraid. Spirit wants you to know that you are so supported. You can call on your angels, you can call on your guides, you can call on your team. Because another thing about this twin flame journey is it's a spiritual journey. It's a pathway back to God, back to your higher self, back to your intuition. So it leads you into the truth of your own heart, your own soul, your own being. And that trust and that faith in the unseen and the unknown is what will keep you going, is what will give you your strength. And that strength can come from your divine feminine. It can come from your counterpart. I find that it does in the beginning, that's kind of what inspires you to make these changes. That's kind of the mirror that's held up that allows you to see, oh wow, I got work to do and I was not ready to look at that before meeting you. And once you start to stop blaming your counterpart, once you stop blaming your divine feminine and projecting it onto her as if it's her or his issue, that's when you start taking accountability and you start recognizing she's just a mirror and she's just reflecting back to me everything within me that is still unhealed. So now I'm going to be working through and purifying and noticing what is not in alignment, which is what this Tower moment is about. And Spirit is saying, because we have the High Priestess here, I can show you this card, right? It's a little seductive. We have the High Priestess here. And the High Priestess is that all-knowing woman. It is that feminine energy. It can also represent your divine feminine, but it is that energy that pierces through the darkness, that can pierce through the illusion and the veils and sees the truth. It's psychic, intuitive powers. It's knowing. And this is really the divine. This is an opportunity for you, divine masculines, to connect to this presence, to connect to this energy. If you're uncomfortable with words like God, if you're uncomfortable with thinking of it as like an omnipresent being, think of it as an energy. Think of it as an energy that you have access to, that is guiding you, that is supporting you, that wants to assist you in your Tower moment, wants to communicate with you, wants to support you through feeling. It's through feeling, it's not through the head. And I know that can be a very difficult thing for the masculines to understand, is what is my intuition? How do I know what's my intuition and what's actually my ego or my head or the thoughts that other people have given me? And that's part of what this journey is about, is rediscovering that for yourself. And you're going to be able to do that when you tune into this High Priestess energy, which is Spirit, which is the divine. Ask for guidance. Literally, ask. If you journal, write down, I'm asking for support on this, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, divine feminine, High Priestess, I don't know, whoever your higher power is, okay? I'm asking for support. Please show me the way. And then surrender, and then step away. It's not about you being in your head and trying to solve it. It's not about you like really obsessing up here. It's about letting all of this down onto the page, down into meditation, down into a physical practice, like running it out, working it out, yoga, getting out into nature, like wherever you're going to kind of ritually, creating a ritual around it, let this go, put it out somewhere else, and give it to God, give it to Spirit, surrender it, let it go. Walk away, and then see what insights come in. And another thing to be aware of is these insights, these synchronicities, these messages from the divine can be so subtle. They can be so subtle. And Spirit wants you to know that your team, your guides are going to try to communicate with you in the way that they know they can best reach you. So if you're someone who doesn't believe in angels, they're not going to come to you as angels because they know they're not going to reach you there, and you're not even seeing that yet. You can get to that point of seeing it, right? But not yet. If you're someone that doesn't super identify with tarot and you kind of think they're just cards with pictures, then your guides are not going to communicate with you through tarot, okay? And I'm just giving examples. They are going to find the avenue through you. If you're really into sports, right? Maybe you'll start seeing number sequences in the scores of the games. And I'm not trying to be stereotypical like men's sports. I'm really not. I'm just going with what Spirit gives me in these examples. Perhaps you keep seeing a car, like I know this was a big one for me as I seeing cars, like seeing your counterpart's car everywhere, their make, their model, license plates, number sequences. It can be super subtle if you're not paying attention. If you're up here in this, you're not going to see the messages, but it doesn't mean that your guides are not communicating to you. It doesn't mean that they're not talking to you. It doesn't mean that they're not guiding you. It just means you haven't been open to the messages yet. But this tower moment is coming in to shake that up, to allow you to start to awaken to the messages, to the divine. It can come in a butterfly. It can come in animals. It can come in feelings. All of a sudden, you could be going about your day, and all of a sudden, you have a very strong feeling, whether it's anger, whether it's you just all of a sudden have this heart opening, and you just feel this unconditional love for yourself, for for the universe, for the stranger next to you, right? That's Spirit. That is always your guides kind of communicating to you, and they're going to find the best way to do that. Your job is to get out of the way, open yourself up, and get out of the way. So the High Priestess is here to support you in this tower moment. You do not need to be afraid. We also have, okay, some of these probably, okay. These cards have such beautiful messages though. So we're getting the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a very emotionally mature, wise king. The cups is the suit of the emotions and the heart space. So what this is telling me, Divine Masculines, is you are being initiated into this King of Cups energy, into this strength, into this emotional strength. True power is through an open heart, is through vulnerability. So real men cry. Real men look at their heart space. And if you're a woman, it doesn't mean that, this doesn't apply to you. It just means that you've actually taken on the collective's programming around the masculine, and you've embodied that within yourself. I hope that makes sense. If anyone has questions, I'm happy to engage in the comments, so let me know. But this King of Cups energy is asking you to step into your higher truth and wisdom through your heart, not through your mind. You've probably gotten close to mastering your mind. You're probably really good at living in the mind. But living in the heart takes balls. I'm just going to say it. That's what Spirit told me. Takes fucking balls. Takes courage to live in your heart, to be open and to be affected by the world around you. And this tower moment you're experiencing could very well be about your emotions. It could be things are coming up to be seen, to be acknowledged and purified for the first time in a very long time. Inner child healing, wounds, past hurts, that girl that broke up with you in high school that you haven't thought about in 20 years, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, that really hurt me, but because I was taking on the divine masculine wounding, I shut down my heart. I shoved it down really deep inside, and I said, nope, I'm not going to feel this. So this King of Cups energy, I love seeing this here because it's king. You are kinging yourself. You are stepping into your God energy, your power through the heart, through your emotion. The one thing about the King of Cups that Spirit wants to let you know of is the King of Cups doesn't always share their heart. The King of Cups is very aware and conscious of their heart and their feelings, but the King of Cups sometimes holds their cards really close to their chest and doesn't reveal to those in their life how they're actually feeling. But that is what's going to bring you so much sovereignty, so much freedom. And what I'm hearing is the inspiration, like the ignition of that flame, the spark, the excitement, the power I'm hearing. So stepping into your leadership as a warrior, as a man of integrity, as a man of an open heart, there is nothing more powerful than a person who leads from their heart space. And so that's really the invitation, and sharing it vulnerably. When you start sharing, you are an example for everyone around you. When you open up, when you tell whoever in your life you need to tell, maybe you need to talk to another man or, a friend. Maybe you need to speak to somebody in your life and you need to just say, hey, like, I need someone to talk to. Are you willing to have like kind of a maybe out of character conversation that we don't normally have? Like, let's not just talk about our day. Let's talk about what's going on in our heart. And whatever you're experiencing in this twin flame journey and this spiritual journey, it's awakening a lot within you. And if you're keeping it inside, you're not quite stepping into the fullness of your power and your divinity. You're kind of cutting off the energy. You're kind of, you're blocking the flow of the energy. And how do you expect to be able to share what's on your heart to your divine counterpart, to, where it really matters in romantic relationships, and to really share from a place of confidence, if you haven't done it with anyone else, if you haven't really been honest? So maybe you don't have someone in your life right now that you feel you could share that way with, and that's okay. Maybe it's an opportunity to share with yourself through journaling, through mirror work. Mirror work is when you stand in front of the mirror and you commune with yourself. You look into your own eyes and you find some beauty. You find something to love. You find something to cherish and to devote yourself to. And the more you can do that, you're really working through this Five of Pentacles, scarcity, lack energy, self-worth energy. The more you can do that, the more you are going to be able to receive the love that your divine counterpart, your feminine, has been trying to give you this whole time. Because if you can't receive it from yourself, you cannot receive it from another. And that is why you guys run. And you're not always conscious of it because you're just reacting. You're just reacting to the energy. So what's stirred up within you around this relationship, around this other person, is everything that's blocking you from your emperor energy, from your divinity, from your godlike energy. It's blocking you from God. So if you're running from your counterpart, you're also running from God. Fill in the blank with whatever word feels more resonant to you if God doesn't work. Okay, beautiful energy. We have this, I actually want to save that for last. Okay. We have the star. So the star is all about healing. The star is all about hope and vitality, and it's like it's being, the star comes right after kind of hardship. Okay, the star comes after this like feeling of hopelessness, and then the star comes along to give you that hope, to reignite that faith. So you have been going through these tower moments. You've been awakening. You've been coming alive. You've been working through this energy. And the star is here now, blessing you, blessing your life, blessing this connection. So it may not look like a blessing when you have tower moments occurring. It may not always look like a blessing, but it is. Spirit's asking you to trust that you are being guided and you are supported. There is a lot coming up to the surface to be purified and cleansed. So I feel with this star, it's really about this beacon of hope this glimmer of, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. I often compare the star card to like a lighthouse. So you're in this storm, you're in this tower, you may be in separation from your counterpart. You may just be awakening to, oh no, maybe I don't want to be in separation from this person anymore. Maybe this is the person I actually want to be with, because you're waking up to this connection, right? So this is almost that like glimmering hope that you see it's possible even when it feels impossible, even when the tower is happening and whatever kind of shit show's going on in your life, whatever inner work you're doing, the inner childhood stuff that's coming up, whatever pain you're experiencing, the star is letting you know, keep going. There is going to be an emotional fulfillment. There is going to be light at the end of this tunnel, and use the star as your guiding light. And this could be that other person. This could be your counterpart. They could be your inspiration. And know that they love you, whatever you've done to them, whatever you've said. I know divine masculines feel very unworthy, especially once they wake up to the connection, because then they're looking at everything they've said and done. They're like, how could this person love me? This person definitely like wants nothing to do with me. Why would they? This connection is not like other connections. This is not a connection where you can say the wrong thing and then the person can be like, I'm done, goodbye. It just doesn't work that way. Spirit makes it so, because otherwise the twins rile up so much in each other that I would imagine if we could walk away from our counterparts, none of us would be together. None of us would get to union and get to mission work. We just wouldn't. Because it's so much easier to avoid ourselves and to avoid our spiritual journey. It's so much easier. Okay. Beautiful. Star energy. Okay, so we have these two cards are really beautiful acts of passion. So we have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is typically the twin flame card. And this deck actually has different meanings for a lot of these cards, which is really beautiful. And in this deck, this Four of Wands is really about play, coming together in lighthearted abandon and joy and that childlike innocence. The Four of Wands typically speaks to a really sturdy, solid foundation, celebrations, weddings, union. And the Four of Wands typically has four wands on the card that represent the 1111, which is a very powerful number for twin flame unions. So the fact that when I asked what's going on, we're getting the Four of Wands here, I'm hearing that you may still have doubts because of that head noise and because of this Five of Pentacles energy. You may still have fears and you may still have questions because you're trying to make it make sense in your head. But one thing Spirit really wants to let you know is this union, this connection, this journey will never make sense in your head. That's not where it lives. It lives in your heart. It lives in the 5D. It lives in the fifth dimension. It lives in the higher dimensions. It lives in spirit. So it is safe to trust your desire. It is safe to trust, the couple on this card are in like pure ecstasy. The expressions on their face, they are so joyful and just settled into this. They have surrendered to the desire. They have surrendered to the joy and the knowing. And that is what Spirit is asking you to do, masculines, to trust your counterpart, to trust yourself, to trust this journey, to know that it is for you. You wouldn't be here watching this video if you are, unless it was for you. You would not have any of these itchings and inklings, and you wouldn't have started to rapidly change so much after meeting this person, whether that was in your physical world, things started changing, whether that was your internal world, things being riled up. You wouldn't have run from this person if it didn't mean anything. You just wouldn't. Because you like being around this person. You enjoy this person so much. And you actually run from them. And you chalk it off to many reasons, right? The divine masculines have so many reasons. It's all in this head stuff. Because they try and make, you guys try and make conscious sense of it, right? You can't make conscious sense of it. It is what it is, and it's a gift and it's a blessing. And your soul chose this with your counterpart before coming in. And you both agreed to teach each other these lessons. You both agreed to say these things that might hurt, to say these things that will trigger, in order to purify your soul and get you back into union with your higher self, with the divine, with your true, authentic nature. That is what it's about. It is not necessarily about a romantic relationship. That is like the gift, that's the icing on the cake. The real desire from this journey is to become your authentic whole self again, the God within. And that means you have to purify and purge and get rid of anything that does not resonate with that. And you have to be really, really, really honest with yourself. And that's where the trick comes in. That's the deception. The deception comes in that tricks you when you think your mind is the truth. But that's what this is all about, is coming home to yourself, coming home to God. And that's when you can really, really start discerning the truth. So I love seeing this Four of Wands here. It's a really beautiful card. It's a couple on a swing. So a lot of joy and celebration is coming for you, masculine, with this person. This is available to you. We're also getting the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is all about coming together in celebration, in joy, in harmony, in union. And because this deck is new to me, I am going to read the quick little thing that it says about the Three of Cups here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Passion. The magic of the egg. The egg is a promise of life. It indicates improvement, success in love, and relief from heartbreak. Yeah, masculines. This is the gift. The universe has this gift for you. This is the promise that you can come together. This person is for you. This person was literally created for you. You are the same soul. You are different bodies. You are different minds. You share the same soul. And you are perfectly harmonized to one another when you're embodying your higher self. When there is any sort of distortion around who you truly are, that's when you are going to be repelling each other, and you are going to feel the need to run. You are going to feel the need to perhaps be with someone else. But that's just masking that heartbreak and that pain of not being your full authentic self. So this journey is really about uncovering that. And it feels like from this reading so far, you're really, really being supported in this. Whether it feels like it or not, you really are. The Tower is a blessing. If you can look at it as a blessing, you can be as grateful as you can, and then ask for guidance. When in doubt, ask for guidance, ask for support. The High Priestess, Spirit, the Divine will show up and support you. There is a reunion here. There is a reunion here that's coming. Whether you're conscious of it or not, it's coming. Let's end this reading with just a little bit of support from some light beings. You have many, many angels, whether you dig angels or not, but you have many, many beings of light supporting these connections. They're supporting your divine feminine. They're supporting you, and they're supporting the connection as a third entity. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to grab you one more. You are really, really at all times supported, and the separation is really where all this healing work gets to happen. There we go. I was like, come on, let's get a card here, Spirit. Okay. We have some really beautiful masculine energies that came out here. Yeah. So we have Commander Ashtar. Commander Ashtar is about the call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Wow, masculines. Okay, what a powerful message. You are being asked to embody the divine masculine. You are being asked to step into your power, the Emperor. You are here to lead this connection, this union. When you are embodied in your truth and authenticity, your feminine will follow. Your feminine will surrender and be open to receiving you and your love. But only when you embody your truth and you come to her or him correct. You come to her open. You come to her in love. This is a very, very powerful masculine energy, and he's serious. He is serious. And Commander Ashtar showing up in this reading really lets me know that for many of you, you are ready. You don't think you are, but you are ready to step into this leadership and power. There is no more time for procrastination. Allow this tower to purify and cleanse your life, and allow it to move you forward towards your destiny, towards your true path. Take charge, lead. And then we have Master Buddha, another really beautiful masculine energy to show up. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So there is a deep connection here. You have a deep connection with this person, with this soul. Trust it. Trust it. Trust your guidance. Trust yourself. When you tune in to the sacredness, to the spirituality, to the knowing within your heart, that is when you can hear the wisdom and the truth of your heart. That is when you are in the King of Cups energy. That is when you are blessed and being blessed by the universe. So when in doubt, if you want an image of a being, a guide that you can call on, we have these beautiful beings that are working with you right now and assisting and initiating you in your truth and your knowing so that you can move forward in action. Beautiful. Okay, that is your reading, Divine Masculines. And if you are a Divine Feminine watching this for your Divine Masculine and you feel called, only if it feels appropriate, but send this to your Divine Masculine. If you're in communication, maybe you're not, but I'm really, Spirit is really wanting more Divine Masculines to be supported on this journey through the mystical, through these tools that we as Divine Feminines just naturally gravitate towards, and they help us on this journey. Imagine what would you have done on this journey without this connection to Spirit, to the divine, working with tarot, working with other Divine Feminines. So it's really time for the masculines to start coming together, and working their own magic, working their own light. They are just as powerful as the Divine Feminines. You are just as powerful as your Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Your capabilities, your psychic awareness, your spiritual abilities, these are all coming online now. They're just calling for your attention and presence. That's all you need, is an intention to open them up and presence, to offer your presence. That's really all your feminine needs as well. You don't need to bring any sort of gifts or physical material world things. That is not what this connection is about, and that is not what your Divine Feminine is about. All right, I hope that resonates. Please let me know in the comments below, and if you're a Divine Masculine and you're brave to say hello, I'd love to know if you're here and you're watching. But please like this video, and I will be back again soon, and I will keep doing some Divine Masculine, specific Divine Masculine reads for the collective. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.